Welcome to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Join us as we review our favorite RPGs, collectible card games, MMOs, video games, PC games, and bring up interesting topics and things that we'd like to share with everyone. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Sign to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Welcome back to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Hey guys, it's day 4 of Rpgaday Challenge 2016. So, for day 4, we've got most impressive thing another character has done. So, Kelly, you want to go first?
Well, I've got 2, basically.
Okay.
And they're both similar actions, actually. It's leaping, so to speak.
I'll let you take both, because the one you're talking about, I completely agree with.
Oh.
Just the manic look in people's eyes when commands were issued and orders followed and insanity happening.
Ensued, yes. The first one I would say is like when the chasm opened up in the middle of Red Larch, in the middle of the town, without even looking, pretty much. Crib just grabs a rope and jumps into the cavern to save the little kids that had fallen into the chasm, like without thought, as his character is totally brazen.
Often to do.
He just leaps, trusting the rest of the group to hold on to him and pull him up, and it was awesome. I mean, it was just, it totally embodied that character. And then the second one, also involving Crib, but it was Crib encouraging Riona to jump out of the window in the tower that was like, 300 feet above a chasm.
Aww.
With nothing to grab onto other than the target, which was the cult leader of the air cult. The air cult, who had already stepped out the window.
And was floating magically.
Exactly. So, without just totally, should I do it? Yeah, do it! Well, she just
let's
jumps
be honest.
out the
It started
window.
out with him looking at her saying, "Jump out the window!"
No!
And his eyes were huge and commanding.
And she was like, "Okay!" It was awesome.
It was like watching Mind Control at its best.
And it's like, and she soared out. And the thing is, she caught him.
She did. She made her grapple check. She was wrestling him out in the air, floating.
I mean, that took balls. But he went out after shortly,
That took major ladles. She had major ladles
fireballs.
for pulling that one out. Yeah, fireballs.
Because he's a mage.
Aw.
Yeah.
And hey, she managed to safely fall out the window. The guy wrestled her off of him and then threw her down to the ground hundreds of feet.
How she did not die is a miracle.
She got really lucky with her improvised grappling hook.
With that ladle grappling hook. The ladle of
and she got really lucky when I made her roll her damage for the fall.
Oh, yeah. And then for her climbing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that long... I felt so sorry for that game session. She spent, 10 rounds just climbing?
Just climbing.
Because she's like, "Can I fight yet?"
No.
I'm like, "Love, you're hundreds of feet down."
Yeah, and you're a dwarf.
Dwarfuses are good at digging, not climbing.
Exactly. Hey, that same session, it was a natural 20 that kept Sister Solus alive.
Yeah.
If I hadn't rolled that natural 20 when I went over the edge to catch the ledge.
Yeah, or you would have fallen too.
I would have died. Unlike her, I would have died.
Yep. And on the plus side now, she's got the safe fall ability as her monk.
True, that slow fall.
Slow fall.
Slow fall, like the spell and the book.
Featherfall.
And of course now I have a hippogriff whose name is Sunlight. Yeah, I like my hippogriff.
So yes, I definitely agree with that's the most impressive thing we've seen another character do.
Riona tried to fly.
Dwarf sisters don't fly too well.
No.
And on the other hand,
Mr. Dragon, you went down the hole and saved us, Mr.
Yeah.
Dragon.
I know, he's so sweet.
yeah. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow for the next RPG a Day challenge.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Hey gamers, Jim here from Creative Play and Podcast Network. If you're in the Tucson area this September and October, I've got a special message for you.
Hey, this is Karen from RinCon. We are having our convention from September 30th through October 2nd here in Tucson, Arizona. Come out and play every kind of game under the sun with us. We've got role-playing, board games, minifigs, CCGs, we've got Artemis, we have panels with special guests, and this year the theme is steampunk. So get out your, dust off your dirigibles, get out your chapeaus and put them on, come on down.